His college career in Arkansas may be over. He says he's all right, but that right knee certainly would not indicate it.
Look at the face of a lineman. Maybe you can see it on his nose there. His nose is all gouged in. Look at him. That's a happy defensive lineman.
Now he's going to play in a couple of bowl games if that right leg is all right. From 24 yards away, Casey. He punched it through. So the Bulldogs, with 14:57 to play in this ball game, are now within a touchdown. It's Arkansas 17, Georgia 10. Don't you dare go away.
When it comes to fresh seafood, you gotta have a nose for the business. You gotta keep things jumping, or it's a rotten day. You gotta know what it takes to land the big orders. You can't be content to ride the waves. It's a whale of a job. You gotta take it to the limit. You can't afford to let your customer get away. This reminder from Federal Express that it's not just a package, it's your business.
Touchstone Pictures interrupts the game of the week to bring you the comedy of the year. It's three men versus a baby. The men try a handoff, an end run. It's a long pass, incomplete. Freeze! And the baby takes over.
What's that stench?
Oh, what an offensive display.
No, please, not on the silk sheets.
Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, Ted Danson.
We're not pros. We've never done this.
Three men and a baby. Rated PG. Catch all the action now playing at a theater near you.
.57 remaining in the ball game. Arkansas leading the Bulldogs 17-10. And Casey boots it away. Rouse over his shoulder at the 1-yard line, and here come the Razorbacks. He'll be tackled shy of the 20-yard line, down at the 18. Travel arranged through the new NFL Citibank Visa card. Now carry the card of your favorite team and earn free NFL gear just for using it. Call 1-800-NFL-VISA today. And through Eastern. Fly Eastern round trip before March 31st and earn triple mileage on flights until the end of '88. Eastern, we've got your ticket. There's one of the proud Razorback fans who has made the trek from Fayetteville. On the counter to James Rouse. He's out across the 22-yard line. Terry Webster and Tyrone McClendon on the tackle.
And Phil, there's no better statistic that the Arkansas Razorbacks know than that the fourth quarter has belonged to Georgia all year long.
Indeed.
In the fourth quarter, Georgia has outscored their opponents 106 to just 37. So Arkansas knows that a 7-point lead is not a lot of points in this football game. They've got to be able to drive the ball, sustain it, and of course keep it away from Georgia.
Of course, that a real credit to Vince Dooley and that coaching staff. A well-conditioned Georgia Bulldog team. Thomas sprinting right is taken out of bounds by Vince Guthrie.
You can see Thomas over there getting a little instruction from the coach. What do you want to run, coach? They tell him right there he can stand on the field, stay there, get the play, and of course then run in when he hears the whistle and they start to play.
Georgia's defense all year long, Dave, has given up an average of 17 points a game. Guess how many the Hogs have right now?
Well, if that's true, then the Hogs have got all that they're going to get because they've got their 17.
That's right. They've got their quota and no more, say the Bulldogs. But Thomas has other ideas. The ball is picked up by the Bulldogs.
Bill, I think it was John Brantley, number 42, who tips this ball. Greg Thomas throws it into coverage. Let's see Brantley, 42, right there, gets a hand on the ball. He and 54, and there it is, reception by Rusty Beasley. He catches the tip ball. That's what you want your defensive backs to do in that situation. As soon as the ball is thrown, react to it. There's Brantley, gets a finger on it. Look at Beasley pick that ball off in midair to come up with what now has to be the big play for Georgia.
13:20 remaining in this ball game. Georgia on the attack again, and here comes Lars Tate. He is down at the line of scrimmage. Michael Shepard, the call tackle is what they call him. Third quarter statistics, take a look. You want a close football game? We have got it for you.
Well, we certainly do have a close football game, and that's indicative of by 7 points. Look at the difference in the game. It's 7 points, but it's only 30 yards on offense by both teams. They have played just an exceptional football game. We have an injured player on the field. I think that's number 54, Kerry Owens. Hey, where are they going with our RayCom Sports banner? Don't take that yet. Uh-oh, there it goes. It's up in the stands. They've taken it now, Phil.
There's Kerry Owens, the junior outside linebacker, trying to shake off that what appears to be a little more than a sprain or somewhat of a cramp. You can bet he'll be back in this ball game.
There goes RayCom going to another household.
Second down and 11. The ball at the 40-yard line. Hampton, the freshman, takes it inside the 38, down near the 37, a gain of 3. Kerry Crawford and Ricky Williams on the tackle.
In the last 2 plays, Kerry Crawford, who is a backup to Tony Chirico, has played remarkably well. 96, he's a nose tackle. He's played it remarkably well down the line. Of course, he's had some good schooling, having watched Tony Chirico, but I think we perhaps have seen the last of Tony Chirico. That knee probably has just about given out. Thigh bruises, tighten up, especially in cold weather. You just can't stay warm with it.
Is it cold?
Oh, it's a little nippy out here.
Oh, indeed it is. That's Osborne in motion. Coming near side, James Jackson. He turns the corner and is at the 30-yard line. And oh, does Jackson get pounded by Eric Whitted?
Wow, I could hear that. I could hear that thing up here. I think he came up short of the first down. He took quite a shot. You want to see what a shot's like? This is a great play by the running back now, James Jackson, on the play because it's no pass. But watch Whitted, number 39, come into your picture. Bam! That's a hit. That's the way they teach you to play. You have no fear out there. You run through people, and that's what Whitted did. And James Jackson looks as if he may have be a little bit shy. Boy, that guy's got a tough time. That looks like John Madden running across there. They could show movies on his back if he was wearing a white shirt.
You guys probably did show movies on his back when you were with the Raiders.
Oh, boy, I think he's about an inch short. And we're going to have another 4th down, but I'm going to tell you this. If Georgia tries a field goal here, I'll be amazed.
No, there'll be no field goal here. Jackson is coming back into the ball game. A pair of tight ends, Troy Sadowski and Kirk Warner. Hiawatha Berry, Alfonso Ellis, 2 fullbacks also in the ball game.
There you are, married 8 years to a Razorback. 4th down. There's the conversions in 1987. 5 out of 10. Big play for the linebackers here. You're going to hear a hit when they step up in there. Whitted has got to make this play. Of course, Ricky Williams, you know, went off just a few minutes ago.
Lars Tate is the tailback. The give straight ahead to Hiawatha Berry. He's got the first down and more.
No doubt that this was a running play. Look at the line lean. You can see the great block there by the up back, and Berry just goes rumbling through. You know, he was an outstanding track star. You would think in running, right? He's a running back? No. Field events, shot put, discus, and you throw that with your legs. Great leg strength.
1st and 10 from the 26. 11:30 remaining in the ball game. Straight ahead. Here goes Lars Tate to the 10-yard line. Dave, it was the season opener against Virginia when Lars Tate
let the Southeast Conference know that he was ready to go. 218 yards against Virginia that day.
Well, that's true, and look at him skip through that hole. But let me remind you something. A week later, Rodney Hampton, a freshman, ran for 227 yards 1 week later against Ole Miss. So they've got two outstanding running backs. There's the difference that we talked about. Look at that fourth quarter. 106 points. Their opponents have only scored 37.
And Tate's got the football. Turns it inside. He's at the 5 and down there. Mac Burrows. Tremendous block. He is one of the two starting guards here who have, along with Kim Stevens, started a combined total of 85 games in their career, and they call them the guard dogs.
Well, they should be the guard dogs because they're both big, both strong, both seniors. And is that one of them?
He'll be in there next year.
Yeah, that's their new freshman recruit. I think that's, isn't that UGA 4, is it?
Yes, it is. Second down and 5. Jackson, touchdown, Georgia.
What we say, run, run, run if you want to win. And that's what the Georgia Bulldogs are doing. They're running, running, running. Lars, Tate, Rodney Hampton, James Jackson busting up there. Hiawatha, Murray comes in, breaks up in there. This is a great football game by two great running teams.
John Casey, the freshman, to tie this ball game, and he's got it. 10:23 remaining in the 29th Liberty Bowl, and the Hogs and Dogs are deadlocked at 17.
Well, this is going to come right at you. Watch this. Fake into belly action. See the seam. Break back inside. Touchdown, James Jackson.
For Jackson, that's the fourth tour he has made into opposing end zones this year.
There he is. You can see once he breaks back against that grain, gets some great blocks backside.
10:23 remaining in the ball game. We told you at the outset, the Liberty Bowl is known for close finishes and close ball games, and it can't get any closer than this.
You give your all to all you do. Don't settle for less from your shampoo. Wash and go Pert Plus.
Ordinary shampoo can't give you this kind of manageability. You need Pert Plus with a unique combination of effective shampoo for cleaning plus conditioner for control all in one. For great, easy-to-manage hair, it's one of a kind.
Just one shampoo does it all for you. Wash and go.
With shampoo, conditioner in one.
Pert Plus.
Mom's magic meatloaf is weighing on you like a ton of bricks. Send the bubbles of Alka-Seltzer to the rescue. Because speed is what you need to lift the heaviness off your stomach and relieve your pounding headache fast.
Alka-Seltzer to the rescue.
New Year's marked by time, remembrance, and that traditional toast with Alka-Seltzer. Fast relief of heartburn with a headache from bidding the year too fond a farewell. Alka-Seltzer, the other holiday tradition.
The Liberty Bell was cast in 1753 on orders from a committee headed by Benjamin Franklin. It rang for 2 hours on July 8, 1776, calling Philadelphia citizens together for the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence.
And Phil, you see that large crack in it. Well, 59 years later to today, on July 8, 1835, while ringing for the funeral of Chief Justice John Marshall, that bell cracked.
How'd you know that?
Ah, I'm a good reader.
Here comes Rouse. He's going to bring it out. And the Bulldogs are broken at the 12-yard line. Richard Tarditz on the tackle. Tarditz from Biarritz, France. And the attendance tonight, the second highest in Liberty Bowl history, 53,249, the all-time record set back in 1982 when Bear Bryant coached his last game right here in Memphis. 54,123 saw that thrilling ball game when Bear Bryant's Crimson Tide stunned Illinois 21-15.
And you know, you talked about them barking, and that's what the fans do. It's roof, 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 roof. And we see, I think that's James Rouse going off. They can't afford to lose him. But let me just tell you one thing. They have an award here in Georgia. When they do something really great, they give them a bone. And they really are. They've got the junkyard dogs on offense, the bones for great plays. Ugh.
Greg Thomas across the 15, out near the 18. Rusty Beasley on the stop.
Phil, it's a great scoring drive that time by Georgia. Get down there. You see it there. 7 plays, 39 yards. Of course, set up by that interception. And Jackson takes that 5-yard run, just turns into the end zone. But if they lose James Rouse, that's really a big blow for this Arkansas Razorback team. You can see him trying to shake off what may be a cramp or a thigh bruise or an ankle sprain, but it's something in the lower leg.
There's the wishbone offense for Arkansas. The give. That is Joe Johnson, the junior left halfback. He is out across the 27 near the 28. Rusty Beasley again on the tackle.
Great hole in the center of the line that time. Brian White and Freddie Childress really opened up a hole there. And of course, Johnson found it. Look right on the left of your screen. Boom. Now there's the running back taking number 42 out of the picture. That's Brantley. And look at Johnson turn back in there. Nice play. That's what you want in line play. Good down block. Lead block goes through there, picks up the linebacker. And that was one of the keys. They had to control the great linebackers of Georgia.
Again, the wishbone set. Thomas puts it in, pulls it out, wants to turn the corner, does so. He's out across the 32 near the 33. John Brantley, the middle linebacker. We have called his number all night long, is in on the tackle, and we've called his number for good reason. He is a senior playing in his last game as a Georgia Bulldog, and Dave, in his career, 415 tackles. That is third best in Georgia history.
Well, he has had a very storied career in Georgia. One year he had a mohawk. The next year he shaved his head. The following year he had 42 etched above his ears. This year he said, I've matured. I'm just going to be a good clean-cut kid. They call him Rambo.
Straight ahead, Barry Foster. He's the backup fullback. Now Arkansas, coming into this ball game, knew they were going to have to run the ball and run it effectively. But they also knew, with Greg Thomas healthy, that they stood a great chance of effectiveness through the airways. And boy, I'll tell you, Dave, the Hogs have mixed it up well tonight.
They really have. They've had a good offensive plan. Both these teams, I want to tell you, are well schooled. They're well prepared, and they're playing, both of them are playing great football. Great defense by Georgia. Excellent offense. Again, I go back to the fact that James Rouse has been lost. He's not in there right now, and that could be a big key factor. Wait a minute, there he is. He's back in there. Excuse me, I missed him coming back in there. But I wonder whether he's at 100%, having sustained what I thought was a cramp. But it's good to see him back in there. You know, you hate to say big plays, but when you're 2nd down and 10 and your offense has been stopped and the other team has just scored 10 straight points, you need a big play.
And that is Barry Foster for the 3rd consecutive time.
Well, you got to know he's just a freshman too. We got so many freshmen now that are capable of playing big-time football. It's unbelievable. I mean, you go to Hampton on Arkansas on Georgia's team, and he's a freshman. Then you come right back over here to a Barry Foster, and he's a freshman.
Seven minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the ball game. Arkansas 17, Georgia 17. Full house backfield on 3rd and 4 from the 47. Thomas turns it upfield. He's across the midfield stripe, still on his feet, and he's got the first down and more. Georgia Bulldog is down.
Well, this play's going to come right at you as Greg Thomas. This is pure Greg Thomas run. Look, he has no idea to flip that ball. Nice getting out in front of him. Barry Foster gets a nice block to allow him to pick up the first down. There is an injured Bulldog on the play, but he is up. It's number 97, I believe it is.
Paul Giles.
Paul Giles.
Right. You know, Dave, I think a lot of people who watch college football at times fail to realize that for many of these young men, this will be their last football game. People who have played this game from the time they were really old enough to walk, for the most part, or certainly 7, 8 years of age, I should say. And for many, this will be their last football game ever.
But you know, both these schools, I want to make one statement clear. I'll make it after this play.
There's a counter. Rouse rolls. He stood up by Larry Brown.
But the point I wanted to make, Phil, is that you don't go to Arkansas and you don't go to Georgia just to play football. Ken Hatfield and Vince Dooley will not allow that. I told you about the principles that they have. You go to Georgia and you go to Arkansas to get a degree, and you get that degree via the realm of football. But a lot of these players are not going to go on to pro football. These are two teams, and these are two schools that can be proud of the traditions that a Vince Dooley has started, a Kenny Hatfield has started.
But I think for the average guy at home, it's so hard to understand. Imagine doing something for 15, 16, 17 years of your life, and then you don't have that conduit available to you anymore. Thomas drops back. He throws. It is caught at the 35-yard line. The tight end, Billy Winston.
Oh, boy, where are they going to mark this ball? This was close. I think he had the ball. When he caught it, he was a first down, but when he fell down, he may have fallen back, and it would be back again. I think he may be short. It's going to be awfully close.
We have had a great number of measurements tonight, and I think we're going to have another one.
Look at the referee holding the football exactly where the football had fallen. Now they'll bring him in. That poor fellow over on the sidelines getting a lot of workout running back and forth across. I bet he'll shed 10 pounds.
Well, Razorback fans have to be awfully pleased with the exciting brand of football. They're short by half the length of the ball by the exciting brand of football we've seen thus far tonight from the Hogs.
Right, now watch this pass. You'll see that he catches the ball on the other side of the line, but then when he falls down, he falls back across the line. That's what, well, he fell on the line. That's what brings up the third down and about the length of a football, half the length of a football. Great opportunity right here to fake a play action and pull it out and pass it. We saw it earlier.
Yes, we did.
But I think they're going to get conservative and run for it. That's what Arkansas has done so well. I doubt that they'll do it. I think they're just going to go to a running play.
Arkansas 6 of 14 third down opportunities, and Dave Rowe, indeed, you are right, and they have the first down.
Well, who'd they go behind? Big 72, 350-pound offensive guard, and look what he does. Now, a nice move there by Bill Goldberg to swim move around Childress. He knows he can't take him on. Goldberg's outweighed by 100 pounds. So what he did on Childress is swim move. It's a swim move where you almost Toreador him, come around him, and get right back in the hole. But they got the first down.
Arkansas has been to the Liberty Bowl on 2 previous occasions, and both times they came away losers. The most recent 3 years ago when Bo Jackson and Auburn beat them 21-15. 5:25 remaining in the ball game. The clock is turning. We're tied at 17. The give is to James Rouse. Larry Brown on the stop. 5:12 remaining in the ball game. Bulldogs 17, Razorback 17. With Dave Rowe, I'm Phil Stone as we come to you across our RayCom television network. Thus far on the night, Rouse. It has been a tough night yardage-wise. 19 carries, only 76 yards. Down inside the 24-yard line went the fullback, Mary Foster, for 9 yards and a first down.
And Arkansas controlled the line of scrimmage that time. That's why they won. Look at that surge by the line. Wow, they must have caught them when they weren't ready, because that looked just like a wall going over there. That was a great line surge there by Stitton, Brian White, Jim Mabry over there, just blowing them out. Beckett's played fine. Childress, of course, we've talked about, but Arkansas controlled the line of scrimmage on that play.
Coming into this ball game, Georgia had allowed a total of 128 yards rushing a game, second in the Southeast Conference behind Auburn. There goes Foster again. He's inside the 20. Tonight, Arkansas, Dave, has rushed for 227 yards against a stingy Georgia defensive team.
They really have, and they played remarkably well. I can't get over the block. They've run the last 3 plays right over top of that right guard, and that's John Stitton and Brian White. There's one of the points that we made earlier. Look at there. And we may have the same type of a game.
Joe Johnson. He does a 360 into the line. and finally falls off his feet at the 14-yard line with help from Tyrone McClendon and Brent Collins.
And Kenny Hatfield knows that right now he's got the game where he wants him. He has an outstanding field goal kicker. The clock is at 3:50. It's ticking down. He knows that he's got this game in control. He's well within field goal distance, and he has an outstanding field goal kicker in Kendall Traynor.
Well, speaking of Kendall Traynor, I want to take you back 2 years. The place was San Diego, California. The occasion, the Holiday Bowl, a game in which Arkansas faced Arizona State. And it was Kendall Traynor who in the closing seconds booted the field goal that gave Arkansas the win.
And the one thing you don't want to do in this situation is give the Georgia Bulldogs too much time to come back. They want to run that clock down. They'd like to run it down to a minute. They may not be able to do that. It's first down, so the clock starts back up. But they should utilize every second that they can on that 30-second clock and not get that ball snapped before 1 or 2 or 3 seconds are left.
James Rouse out of the ball game. Again, Johnson, and he won't get much. To the 14-yard line, Vince Guthrie, junior strong side linebacker, and the left corner Ben Smith on the tackle.
You can see the coaches there in Hatfield saying, listen, don't fumble that football. We're in position to win this football game. And Kenny Hatfield certainly knows what tough football is. He fulfilled a lifelong dream to come back to Arkansas and coach, and he's done an exceptional job there.
Second down and 10. Straight ahead they go. That's Barry Foster, the freshman fullback. Bill Goldberg on the tackle.
And if you're Georgia, you may want to utilize the timeout soon, because that clock is going to tick down, tick down, tick down. So if they stop the clock here, if they're able to stop them on this third down, maybe they can have 2 minutes left so they can direct their offense back upfield and get either a tying field goal or go in for the touchdown and win.
.227, the clock is running. There is Traynor. Thomas, to the 6-yard line, and a flag is down. Oh, a late flag, and I believe the official may get Freddie Childress.
Oh boy, and look at the Georgia players, everyone on pointing. Look at Ken Hatfield. I can't believe it. That's what he just yelled there, and it is. It's holding. But they may want to take the 4th down. See if they take the 4th down, they force him into a. Now watch Freddie Childress he's on the left of your screen, number 9. He's against 97. Now watch right here. That's what they call right there. You see the referee just turn around. You'll see maybe, well, the flag came in right after that, but he called Freddie Childress. Now the decision is whether you take the 4th down, make him kick the field goal. You'd have 2:15 left, or whether you back him up 10 yards from the point. And they get him back. They're going to give him 3rd down again, Phil. That's an interesting play.
That's a very, very interesting call right there, whether to take the penalty, because what you do is you allow Arkansas to take still more time off the clock.
Well, I don't know. I might have made him kick the field goal.
Exactly.
Because also they had a bad angle. They were on the right hash mark, and they've got a field goal kicker that's a right-footed kicker, so he has to kick back against the grain. I might have made him kick the field goal there. And, in fact, we're going to have a timeout to talk about it.
Well, split end Derek Russell and quarterback Greg Thomas were really having some heated words when Thomas put up the T, signaling a timeout. We're under 2 minutes, 1:57 remaining. We're tied at 17.
Introducing a high-performance luxury sports coupe made the Mazda way.
If you like the idea of going places in a hurry, check out Mazda's all-new MX-6 GT. A turbocharged, intercooled 12-valve road machine that'll outrun the top-of-the-line Honda Prelude and still run you a cool $2 grand less. Believe me, you don't have to drive it this hard to love it. You just have to drive it.
This is the Mazda.
Oh, this heartburn.
You know what they say about anchovies at your age.
Anchovies don't get to be my age.
Here comes the soothing relief of Pepto-Bismol. The one that coats is the only one you need.
Feeling better?
Like a kid again.
When your throat's awfully sore, Chloraseptic stops the pain awfully fast. How fast? So fast, when he starts to feel relief, we'll end this commercial.
Ken Hatfield, his Razorbacks within striking distance, tied 17-17. Oh, what a ball game it has been. The ball is at the 19-yard line. It is 3rd down and 15.
Phil, I really do question that play. I think I would have made him kick the field goal from that right hash. But they decided to take him back 10 yards, put a little bit more pressure. But like you said, they can utilize some time.
Not much yardage at all, and the clock continues to run. 146, 145. Well, in the 29-year history of the Liberty Bowl, there has never been a tie.
It's 4th down.
And the clock stops. Again, Arkansas wants to talk it over. It'll be 4th down and 15. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Hi.
How did you get up here?
In the amazing Isuzu Trooper 2. Of course, near the top, I did have to shift into 4-wheel drive. Want to buy it?
No, we're supposed to walk.
Can it take all of us?
No sweat.
Are you sure about this?
You have my word on it.
Test drive the rugged Isuzu Trooper 2 at these Isuzu dealers now.
A delightful way to ring in the new year. Shrimp by the pound or tastefully arranged by Schnucks. And with our fresh seafood guarantee. Shrimp selections like this will be as fresh as can be. The cost of entertaining well just went down dramatically at Schnucks.
Ball game, Arkansas and Georgia tied at 17. Well, a year ago, Georgia lost in the Hall of Fame game to Boston College 27-24.
Yeah.
But Dave, in their 2 previous bowl appearances, 84 and 85, interesting story.
Well, they tied both of them. They tied, of course, in the Citrus Bowl. They tied Florida State 17-17, and then in the Sun Bowl, they tied the Wildcats of Arizona 13-13, so they know what it's like.
Kendall Traynor, he's got the distance, and it is no good, no good.
Well, you may be able to tell by Vince Dooley whether it's good or not. Watch Dooley. Look. Oh! Look at the reaction. Watch this. And look at Kenny Hatfield's expression. Oh, boy.
1:42 remaining in the ball game. The Bulldogs of Georgia will have it when we return.
It's time for Lifestyles of the Original Party Animal with the Grand Poobah of Partyometry, Bud Light's own Spuds McKenzie, as he's planning tonight's Big Bash. His fans watch as he tans his way to party elegance, a facial and massage, and Spuds McKenzie is ready to party. And Spuds parties with only Bud Light. He knows everything else is just a light.
The Great American Face. Strong, sensitive. The Great American Razor, Atra Plus, solid, with the Luber Smooth Strip for extra protection. The Great American Face deserves the Great American Shave. Atra Plus, only from Gillette.
Cold pills travel all through your body before they relieve your stuffed nose. But Dristan nasal spray works faster. Plus, it has a special new ingredient to soothe and moisturize nasal passages. Dristan, relief right on the nose.
Well, here's the kick. You'll see Kendall Traynor gets a nice spot. He gets it up, but look at the trajectory of the ball is purely to the right.
18 plays, 8 minutes and 41 seconds on that drive, and that's what they come up with. And it was just 2 years ago that man right there provided Arkansas with a stunning 18-17 victory over Arizona State and the Holiday Bowl in San Diego. Tonight, it's 180 degrees the other way. Jackson, flare pass. It is caught by John Thomas, and he goes out of bounds. Stops the clock with 1:36 to play.
Now let's go back a moment and let's talk about this last 1 minute and 36 seconds. The Bulldogs have got 2 timeouts. What was one of the big keys? We said they had to overcome the loss of 2 of their key players. One of those key players, of course, was the field goal kicker.
Steve Crumley, suspended last night for breaking a team rule. We're tied at 17. Jackson rolling right. He's got room to run it. He'll do it. He's out at the 30-yard line and tackled there. Clock is running. And now they'll stop it to move the chains. It's a first down. I want to thank our spotters for Arkansas, Pete Fulford, for Georgia, Bob Beeler, and our statsman, Donald McDivitt. .129 remaining. The clock is now running. That's the situation. There has never been a tie in 29 years of Liberty Bowl play. Jackson throws, intended for the tight end, Troy Sadowski, and he overthrows him. Sadowski coming inside. I think Jackson thought he was going to break to the outside.
Yes, he did. He just misjudged this. He just turned the wrong way. You'll see the ball just fall. But this is a big down here. They have got to keep sustaining this drive. They've got to get within probably the 30-yard line to get a good field goal try. There's the man of the hour. That's the man who is going to have the field goal try. We saw him kick one from almost 50 yards. He had great leg, but he missed it earlier.
Jackson, he is going downfield, and it is almost intercepted. Intended for Cassius Osborne. Steve Atwater, the safety, I think misjudged the trajectory of that pass because he could have picked it off.
Absolutely. Atwater has intercepted a lot of footballs over the year, and he's standing back there. As you watch the ball, you'll see Atwater just kind of dancing back there. He's playing center field. Don't get beat deep. See him right there? He just misjudges the football. If he had been able to intercept that football, then the whole thing turns around, because then Arkansas would have great field position. 3rd down and 10. There's not a bigger down than this, Phil.
1:12 remaining in the ball game. James Jackson to put it up, and he is pressured. He throws it away, and here comes a flag. It'll be intentional grounding.
Oh, and there were 2 flags on. I saw the first flag go, but then there was a later flag. I'm not so sure that that's not the same play.
It was 3rd and 10. The Razorbacks desperately needed a sack. It was their first one tonight, and it came from Wayne Martin. Watch number 83 come blowing in.
Now there's the grounding. You see, just throws it in the back of the helmet of his offensive tackle, Kurt Mull. But what a big play. But I saw 2 flags on the play. I hope that for Georgia's sake, they're both the same one. It hit an offensive lineman. I think that's what he's calling there. So it's loss of down. It's intentional grounding. It's 4th down.
And that will bring on David Dukes.
See, now the whole thing switches around, because Arkansas will get great field position. They've got a minute. They'll have about a minute big play. Georgia, of course, lost their punter last night.
He gets it away, and it's a good one. It is a good one. It is taken. Tim Horton at the 37-yard line, and he falls forward to the 39. Troy Sadowski on the stop. 41-yard punt with 56 ticks on the clock remaining. We're tied at 17. We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Hi, I'm Greg Dowse. If you're buying a car in the $5,000 range, it just has to be a front-wheel drive Sprint by Old Reliable Chevrolet. Right now, you can buy one at Big 4 for just $55.95, only $55 down and just $123 a month. It doesn't get any better than that. A new Cavalier is yours for just $149 a month with only $355 down. A new Corsica is just $178 a month with only $500 down. And an S10 truck for just $139 a month, only $355 down at Big 4 Chevrolet in Collinsville.
Hello, I'm Art Fleming. Have you ever wondered why some people make it in America and become very successful, while the majority have to struggle just to make ends meet? Well, some very successful people have given their opinions to our documentary cameras, revealing what it took and how they got started. We'll also give some ideas and plans on how you can get started immediately. Won't you join us as we uncover the key to success?
Sunday at midnight, right here on Channel 30.
"56 seconds remaining in this ball game. The Razorbacks and the Bulldogs tied at 17. Greg Thomas. He throws. It is intercepted. A backup corner, the junior out of Los Angeles, Louisiana.
And Phil, the problem with Greg Thomas on this play is he zeroed in on his wide receiver. He never looked off. Look how much he concentrated on him. And look at the Georgia player step right in the way. That's number 60 who tips the ball over. That's Terry Webster, the linebacker, and he tips it over to the defensive back. But he zeroed in. He never looked off. You can see Kenny Hatfield's reaction. You've got to look off. You just can't zero in on one wide receiver. Oh, boy, is this flip-flop back and forth.
Quarterback draw, James Jackson. And the Hogs defense pursues nicely. Ricky Williams on the stop. Clock is turning 35-34. 2 timeouts remaining for each team.
And I believe Cherico's back in there rushing the passer.
Jackson with time. All the time in the world throws. He is at the 24-yard line. Troy Sadowski has it.
Now they need a timeout. That's the signal. They need a timeout now.
The clock stops with 17 seconds to play. Take a deep breath, but don't go away. The Hogs and the Dogs. The conclusion when we come back.
Introducing a family sedan made the Mazda way.
Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and Mazda 626 are all great family sedans, but the 626 is really something special. For starters, it has a better warranty, much better. 12% more interior room than Camry and Accord. Plus, it's close to $1,000 less. And if all that's not special enough for you, just wait till you drive this world-class road car.
This is the Mazda way.
So what's little dandruff?
Okay, imagine you're at the social event of the year, and your dream girl says hello, just as you do this. Her first impression? What a hunk, and only a few flakes.
Give me a break.
The breaks are, you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
So?
So regular shampoos won't fix your problem. Try this.
Head and Shoulders? But you don't have dandruff.
Bingo.
Head and Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
Zsa Zsa Gabor for Andre.
Here is to the man in my past, to the man in my present, and hopefully, darling, to all the men in my future.
This year, toast your friends with Andre, America's best loved champagne.
Along with Dave Rowe, I'm Phil Stone, and the 1987 Liberty Bowl has certainly lived up to its advanced billing. It has been a tremendous ball game. First and 10, 17 seconds to play. We're tied at 17. Georgia, the give is to the first man through. That's the fullback, Hiawatha Berry.
And Phil, they almost have to use their last timeout here. They're down under 7, 6, 5. They've got to call timeout. They'll have to go for a field goal in this position. Oh boy, what a pressure job on this young freshman field goal kicker.
Now you're talking about John Casey. He lives in Athens, Georgia. His dad is the strength and conditioning coach for the Bulldogs. And John Casey has been in pressure situations before, Dave. In fact, in high school, he is the only kicker named to 2 All-American prep squads.
Okay, but this is going to be, well, let's see how far it's going to be. 20, 30, about almost 40 yards is field goal. His longest field goal is only 35 yards. I know he's just a freshman. He's only made 2 out of 5 so far in his career. Wow, we got a lot of suspense.
Now this will be an all-Athens, Georgia field goal attempt. Mark Lewis, the snapper from Athens. David Dukes, the holder from Athens. And John Casey, who will attempt to win it for the Dogs from Athens, Georgia.
Well, we said one of the big musts for Georgia was to overcome those losses. And the losses were both the kickers, the field goal kicker and the punter. And if they can make this kick, they will overcome and do what they had to do to win.
This kick will be with the wind, a 10 to 12 mile an hour wind coming from John Casey's back.
And now Arkansas calls a timeout. They're going to let him think about it a little bit. No sense taking those timeouts back into the locker room. They want to put a little bit more pressure on that young man. But he's doing a good thing. I want to tell you what he's doing. He's walked away from the huddle. He's about 5 yards behind the huddle. He's got by himself. He's kind of just walking around, milling around, just kind of just thinking about it. He's not getting flustered.
You know, Dave, this is the third meeting between these two schools, all three in bowl competition. 1969, you remember that Sugar Bowl game.
Oh, boy, when Arkansas beat them 16-2.
Yeah, in fact, Georgia had 8 turnovers in that ball game.
And then there was the famous 76 one.
Oh, the shoestring game.
That shoestring game when the Dogs were ahead by 10-0. They tried a shoestring play where they put all the players on one end of the field on one side. It backfired on them. Arkansas rallied back, roared back to score 31 straight points and beat them 31-10.
So I would say Vince Dooley feels he has a couple of scores to settle here tonight.
Boy, he does. That's for sure. A lot of pressure on these young men, especially that man. I mean, right now, you talk about butterflies in your stomach. You're trying to stay calm, but it's awfully hard.
And, of course, for Arkansas, they have been to this Liberty Bowl on 2 other occasions and have come up empty both times. 5 seconds to play. Lewis the snap. Duke sets it. Casey lets it fly. It is good. Decided by a touchdown or less, and now 10 of the last 11 Liberty Bowls have been decided by a touchdown or less. Tonight, the last play of the game, the Georgia Bulldogs victorious over Ken Hatfield's Arkansas Razorbacks, 20-17. The 1987 Liberty Bowl has been brought to you by Mazda, bringing performance and value together. That's the Mazda way. And by Andre. This year, toast your friends with Andre, America's best loved champagne. The president of RayCom is D. Ray. Executive producer of RayCom Sports and producer of tonight's game, Peter M. Rolfe. The telecast of the 1987 Liberty Bowl has been directed by Lonnie Dale. Technical director, Stacy Smith. Our associate producer, David W. Handler. John Casey, a freshman kicker who didn't think he would see action tonight, was the star of this ball game.
An unbelievable kick with 5 seconds left.
The entire RayCom family would like to wish you and your family a joyous and happy holiday season and the very best for the coming new year. For Dave Rowe, I'm Phil Stone. It has been a joy to bring you the 29th Liberty Bowl, and there has never been a more exciting finish. 20-17, the Bulldogs prevail. This has been a copyrighted presentation of RayCom Sports.
Now, Oldsmobile meets your challenge with the right